Hey, I'm back again.
All righty, we are back. Part two. So, as we're speaking, the part one is being uploaded, so I can send you, probably by the time this is done, I'll be able to send you part one so that you have that
Okay,
handy for your,
thank you.
yeah. So, and we've got Anna Marie. She is connecting to audio, so she'll be on just momentarily.
No worries.
Awesome.
Did you just get done with your other call? Have you been on the phone the whole time?
I've got back-to-back Zooms kind of going on, so I did a patch placement right before yours with a lady who has full body pain and all sorts of things going on. So yeah,
Okay. Well, it's cool. It's very interesting.
yeah, it is very interesting, fascinating, and very rewarding to see people's effects. So, all right, Anna Marie, we're back for part two, and I told Kim we are. As we speak, about 50% of the first part one is being uploaded. So by the time this is done, I'll be able to send you a link for the first one so that she can watch it again and review it. And on YouTube, it's kind of cool because you can make it either 75% slower, or you can make it 125, 150, 100, 1.75, or twice as fast if you'd like. So
Okay.
it's a nice little perk to have because it's on YouTube. So we left off, I'm going to share my screen. We were about to talk about actinioplastins after we talked about Eon. And you can see here, we got to the brain balancing, we talked about the calming, we talked about how we reduce cortisol levels and C-reactive proteins because cortisol turns into C-reactive protein in your bloodstream, which doesn't feel so good. But let's talk a little bit about actinioplastins because most people don't know what actinioplastins are. And so actinioplastins, cut this straight out of a research paper. It says actinioplastins are basically peptides that are found in the urine and the blood of healthy, normal people. And the research is showing that they might stimulate your immune system and that these peptides might also kill certain cancer cells or prevent them from proliferating, multiplying, and growing. Oftentimes they're used for various treatments for cancer, high cholesterol, brain swelling due to any kind of infection, and other types of conditions, autoimmune conditions. We've seen an uptick in autoimmune disorders, things like Guillain-Barré, and so they use actinioplastins. They take the blood and plasma of a large group of people. They centrifuge it, take out the plasma. You have actinioplastins in there, and so they'll do something called IVIG, which is
Yeah.
intravenous
Yeah.
immunoglobulin therapy. And so that's how they get the actinioplastins in the person's body to help remedy these type of conditions. Now, luckily, this particular patch, it raises your own nascent, what you were born with, whatever your original playbook, it will turn those back on. So it starts this amazing rapid repair and restoration inside your body. So this completes us talking about the Fantastic Five. There are other patches that I'm going to share with you briefly, a little bit about those because I think it's important to be aware of some of what the other patches do. So for example, I'm going to switch over from this to and I believe Anne Marie already texted you the Fantastic Five, like 5 of 12 bullet points. But if you want the 12 bullet points, she can also text that to you. That we make that available for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. We already talked briefly about energy enhancer. If you have any issues involving pain, we have a patch. This is the only patch that we have that does not repair anything in the body. Everything else repairs, regenerates, restores the cells, the tissue, etc. The Ice Wave patch, all this does is it turns off your pain receptors so you don't feel pain while the stem cells are repairing everything. This one just turns off the pain receptors because some people have awful pain, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And so this gives you relief at the source of your aches, your pains, your discomfort. All of our patches are non-transdermal. They're not, you see, I fumbled through my words. You don't have,
Long day.
yeah, you don't have to be perfect to do this. I'm evidence and proof of
You've been
that
talking a lot, I imagine. So,
all day. Yeah. So
yeah.
non-transdermal. They're non-invasive. They're a drug-free method for quick pain reduction. It contains natural, non-toxic organic crystals that absorb body heat and generate infrared signals. In 2013, IceWave was approved as a beneficial medical device for pain reduction in France and the European Union, and it altered the patch classification in Europe, which was a nice. I took this out of Tang International Journal of Genuine Traditional Medicine. That's the journal that I was talking about, that I remembered the keywords and the abstract, how I thought it was so important to use that language as we talk to people about the patches, that it is an organic nanotechnology using photobiomodulation and acupuncture points. I find that was, for me, that was like, whoa, for educating people. So it was,
Well, and the other thing that I find interesting is that this has been approved everywhere, but in the US as a beneficial medical device. And of course, they don't want us messing around with their pharmaceutical industry. So
yeah, so they are an FDA compliant class 1 medical device under the general wellness. We don't, only the
yeah,
pharmaceuticals, prescription medications are the only ones that can cure, that can heal, that you can treat. But these are general wellness products because they do deal with general systems of the body. It's not just your
okay,
stomach, it's your digestive system. It's not just
right.
your heart, it's your cardiovascular system, your musculoskeletal system, and so on and so forth. So, okay, we already talked about their FDA compliant. So that's the IceWave patch, phenomenal patch, and it's a 2-patch system, as I mentioned before. We got the tan colored patch, the white colored patch. It's a negative pull of energy, a positive push of energy. So that's why it's a 2-patch system to move the energy to turn off pain receptors with the IceWave patch. Okay. So one of these has 30 patches, but it's 15 tan, 15 white. So it's a 2-week supply.
Okay.
To
Okay.
cover a month, you need 2 of these. Okay. So that takes care of that one. So then let's talk a little bit about Alavita. Alavita, people typically think about Alavita, oh, this is the skin.
Oh, this is the one that intrigues me right now. I can see it already. I'm a super fast reader, by the way, so
So that's fantastic. So your eyes probably locked on, oh, epithelium and pineal gland.
the pineal gland, the collagen, all of that. Yeah, I hit on it. Frontal brain lobes is great. There's just a bunch of good stuff here. So
Yeah, so with a Fantastic Five, you've got the Eon that's balancing your left and your right brain hemisphere. This one is regulating your frontal lobe. The frontal lobe, that's where your emotions, that's where your impulse control, that's where your executive function takes place, is in that frontal lobe. Very powerful patch. I always try to bring emphasis and attention to that because a lot of people bring attention to the fact that it does remove fine lines and wrinkles. It definitely rejuvenates the skin and we see very dramatic results. But the fact that this is stimulating your frontal lobe while the Fantastic Five is balancing your left and right brain, this is like, wow, Tony Stark technology on steroids. This also improves your mental clarity and focus, regulates your circadian rhythms because when it's activating your pineal gland, it's activating melatonin. If it's activating melatonin, it's automatically going to affect serotonin. Melatonin puts you to sleep, and Sarah wakes you up in the morning. So it starts to bring another level of balance into the body, which is just incredible. So because it also is tied to melatonin is the scientific community and the medical community is like literally divided in the middle. Half of them say melatonin is the number 1 master antioxidant. The other half, they're like, no, glutathione is. And then they're like, well, maybe melatonin is. And they're like over here, oh, well, maybe glutathione is. They're both very powerful master antioxidants of the body. What we don't talk a lot about in this circle of stem cell activation patches, which I like to bring people's awareness to, is that melatonin also detoxes your brain and your entire body from all heavy metals. Doesn't matter if it's lead, mercury, aluminum, and it all has to do with your eye function. We're not going to go down the rabbit hole. We can have other conversations about that. Just want to give you the gist because there is a lot of information here, but it's very, very powerful to activate your pineal gland so that your melatonin levels. Most people are melatonin deficient, especially in this day and age. And some people some of the underlying conditions that they have and diagnoses they have, that unfortunately we have people out there that are prescribing 1,000 milligrams of melatonin.
Uh-huh.
And the problem is that because it's exogenous melatonin, it's not endemic, it's not naturally coming in from your original DNA. It's super dangerous, super harmful. Because when you take oral forms of melatonin, then it pulls it, believe it or not, and there's scientific research to back this up, which I can point you. If you're a neuro nerd, I can send you the talk from one of my mentors, Dr. Jack Kruse, who is a renowned neurosurgeon. And he talks about how the melatonin, when you take it orally, it'll pull it from your eye. Not good, because your eye is not just for visual, it's not just for your vision to be able to see, but it's also your circadian rhythm clock for all the timetables of all your body, which is why when you're melatonin deficient, you have different dysregulations. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I will send.
I think I've seen something on that, but yeah, I'd be interested in getting more information. I'm pretty sure that I've either read something or watched something that said, a brief summary of that, not in depth.
This is, yeah, Jack goes down a big rabbit hole, gives you all the scientific papers, tells you what's kept from most MDs in medical school, and some of the hidden papers that you need to be aware of that he discovered. He helps you connect the dots, and so he's got incredible results, obviously, in his practice because he's applying certain things that others aren't. So anyhow,
Okay.
so the number one thing from this point, because Alavita does reset your melatonin from your original playbook that you were conceived with in your mother's womb, game changer. So
that happens right away too. That's an instantaneous thing. Like the day that you start this,
they're
if you were a
activated.
melatonin taker, you would quit taking melatonin.
Yeah, I would never recommend that anybody take melatonin. Some people like to take it because it helps sleep. I'm like, if you knew what I would, I've never taken melatonin. I
Right.
never recommend that anybody take melatonin because it's just, definitely whatever drugs for sleep, whether it's over the counter prescription, definitely not super toxic. But to take just oral melatonin supplementation is so dangerous. When I send you this, I'll send you a couple of talks by Dr. Jack Kruse, and I think
Okay.
you go, holy cow, everybody needs to know this. And then another mentor of mine, Dr. Andrew Huberman from both Stanford Research Institute, as well as he teaches medical school at Stanford. This was brought to his attention, and he's like, holy cow, in that discussion with Dr. Jack Kruse, he's like, whoa. It's very powerful information to be aware of. And I think
Okay.
us as people who are recommending and sharing this life-saving information to people, I think those nuances need to be shared so that when people can understand how the body works and they see what they're doing to their body, then they can ascribe a meaning. Okay, I'm not just putting a band-aid on my body. This is
Right.
a powerful organic nanotechnology in the form of a stem cell activation patch that's using wearable light technology. That's what photobiomodulation is. And then
Right.
it's being placed on traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture points to magnify the effects. Holy Toledo. That's why it works. It doesn't matter if you're a human being or if you're a cat, a dog, a horse. If you are a mammal, all mammals have stem cells. It's like gravity. I don't care if you're a dog, a cat, or a human. You are subject to the laws of gravity because no one can escape the laws of gravity. And this is using the laws of how our body was actually formed from the time that you had conception up until this point. And that's why it's so powerful. So you've already seen here that increases obviously your antioxidants, reduces oxidative stress, stimulates your frontal lobes, and reduces sunburn. Powerful, awesome patch. I recommend. I wear it the way David Schmidt, the scientist who invented this, recommends. He wears Alavita on his third eye, between his brows, and then he wears carnosine on his right.
Okay. So how do you wear patches during the day?
So during the day, so you take your Fantastic Five patches. I wrote on these finally because someone said, hey, would you write those? So this was last week. So now you have X39, X49, glutathione, carnosine, and eon. So you just attach them. They're called kissing patches. The adhesive can overlap. We just don't want the circles overlapping each other. or touching each other, because you want to maintain the integrity of the signal that this crystal lattice is having as it touches your skin.
Yeah.
So I wear like mine, you'll see.
All right.
Okay, so they're all in a row. And sometimes we have patch placement depending on what your conditions are. So we
Okay.
adjust that individually. Um,
Right. And then you said these you wear on your third eye. Well, you would wear this on your forehead all day long?
no, so you can't wear this during the day because since it's signaling melatonin.
You wear it for bed. Okay. All right.
So for myself, I wear my patches. I was wearing it 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., but now since it's summertime, I do 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So then when I remove my patches at 11 p.m. at night, then I put this on my third eye, and then the carnosine, I put it on my right temple.
Okay.
So I
And
don't,
why the temple?
the right temple. Okay, so if you notice the skin on your temple, on the right and the left hand side. First of all, this is the most delicate part of your brain because
Correct. Yeah.
very small point of impact. You can actually kill somebody by hitting them in their right temple because you're basically touching the brain at that point. That tissue is very thin and it can, basically it's touching.
Okay.
So by
So
putting
you're getting the white light right there.
right on the brain. So this gives you very vivid dreams. But what I love about that combination of aloe vera and carnosine is that you wake up in the morning, you remember your dreams. Let's say you dreamt 2 or 3 dreams in one night. You will remember all 2 or 3 dreams that you had when you wake up. You're like, whoa. It used to be that I maybe had a notion that maybe I had 2 dreams, but I only remember, or maybe I don't remember either. I
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember them well. So, okay, then
will remember
at
them.
12 hours, you don't sleep 12 hours. So how
No.
does,
So I just take them off in the morning. So I just put mine on. I don't go to bed till after midnight, usually because I'm often up with the European group midnight in
gotcha.
the morning. But I just put it on at 11 o'clock at night. And then I keep it on until I get up in the morning. Once I jump in the shower, then I remove it. I don't want to
Okay.
keep on activating my melatonin once I'm up, so I just remove the patches in the morning. I'll keep the carnosine on until I get dressed and I'm putting on my morning patches. But the melatonin one I take off right away.
Okay. And they get thrown. They're not reusable. You pitch them when you're done.
So yes, so the instructions, all of the instructions say to discard them because they're a one use only. Now, so after the first 60 days that I was using the patches on patients and on clients and myself, the one thing that I noticed was that I started to notice that I had people who had either young children or animals, and they would take their used patches and they would put them either if they had a dog or a cat, they would put it on the inside collar of the cat, or they would take surgical tape and put it on top of the cat's head or their dog or even their horse. Kids, they would also put it on. And so one of my friends, Kathy, her dog had a cataract in his right eye. And after a couple months of her putting the patches every day on her used patches, she would just put it on her dog's collar, not cat.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Her dog's cataract went away in less than 2 months. So there's some juice left.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask about kids, because I was thinking some of these things would be good for my teenager, although she doesn't have, she's young still. So,
But
but a half dose would be really good.
so you might want to put them on her. She could either put them on her neck bump if you can get it to stick, which oftentimes you do. You could also put it on the ball, like right under the ball of your foot, right in that middle section. There's some acupuncture points that line up with the different organs of the body. So you can take, my kids are big, my kids are, in their 20s, and I don't have any, my dog passed away, so I haven't replaced her. So I just take the whole list of patches and I put it right under the ball of my foot, under my left foot. So you could do that, left foot, right foot, doesn't matter, whatever your preference is. But your daughter could also put your used patches under her foot. The energy is going straight up the feet, all the way up to
Okay.
the spinal column. So you could do that and that'd be fine. Yeah. Okay. So that's
Big stuff. Okay. So then the one that you talked about on your temple, is that next?
carnosine.
Nope, not quite.
So the
Okay.
one on the temple would be carnosine. So I encourage people when they first start off the patches, the first 30 days, depending on what the people have. If people are, don't have anything super serious, then I tell them after a week or two, use your own judgment. You can take the carnosine patch. You don't have to wait. Like, I didn't hear David talk about that protocol of putting carnosine on the right temple, because you're still going to get the full benefit of the patch. It's just that you get the lucid, vivid dreams and the recall of the dreams by putting it here. You don't necessarily get that on your brainstem. So
Okay.
for me, 4 months after I had been wearing all 5 back here, I started wearing carnosine here and then Alavita here.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever go back to putting carnosine anywhere else, because I love it too much, and it's an awesome, it's kind of a no-brainer at this point.
So, Tammy just told me that she had a friend. So I've been doing the Alavita at night as well. And then she saw a video with a chiropractor who said he was using 2 carnosine patches over each eye, and his within 30 days he didn't need to wear his glasses anymore.
See, that's what I want right there.
Yeah, so that's, I've seen women, it's so funny because again, the heavy emphasis has been that Alavita, because it really does, your wrinkles, your lines, they disappear. I can't tell you the number of women who had either an 11 or the 11, those are frustration marks because you do this a lot. Some who have just the one line, and after one use, it's gone. So they're like,
I'm terrible one. I'm a terrible, terrible, terrible one. I was actually going to ask you about Botox because my one is so deep that since I've been a teenager, people would always tell me to, cheer up. It's not so bad because it was just such a deep furrow. So I started doing Botox. So my question was going to be, are there any interactions?
there's no
But if
interaction
this,
you're,
but if this solves it, then that's even better.
so you're not going to need Botox anymore. Your body's going to detox from Botox because Botox,
It's a toxin.
it's botulism, right?
I do. Yep, I know.
So it's going to unring the bell of any damage that could have or is harming you, because the Fantastic Five, the glutathione, it's just part of the deal. The good thing is that with Alavita, again, I know women who wear 3 Alavitas. They'll put one on their third eye, and they'll have 2 on their forehead, above their third eye, because they're trying to erase this line that they have on their forehead. And after several months, it's totally gone, where it's like you don't see it anymore. The thing is,
Okay.
that is the most obvious, because when you peel it off, you're like, oh my gosh, it's like totally smooth. But it's also helping the skin in other parts of the body. So I've had people who, they had a turkey neck. They don't, men and women alike, no longer have a turkey neck. I had one gal who 5 weeks, she's been on the patches for 5 weeks. She said she was getting wrinkles that were kind of like striated under her chin. She didn't have a turkey neck, but she kind of had wrinkles that were marked this way. They're gone. People who had kind of lines on their chest or crepey skip. Oh, that's another thing this weekend. She had, she called them bat wings. She goes, she doesn't have those anymore. So, but you just have to keep on wearing them, and you're going to start noticing that the quality of your skin is going to improve, because you have increase in collagen, which is a building block protein, and
Right.
peptide, which is what this Alavita patch does.
Okay.
So it really is, your entire body is being optimized.
Okay.
This is talking about the trio, which is the patches as well as the nightly nectar and the day cream. So I don't know if you want to talk about this. We can talk about this at another time, so we can get through to some of the other patches if you'd like.
Yeah, let's keep going. But I'll, and I'm going to really look, because all of this intrigues me. So I just have to decide, what I can do, what I can't do, and where to start. And we definitely want to talk about the tasks I want to accomplish. So
Okay, so we'll definitely be doing that. So let's talk about SP6. SP6, again, the focus for the majority of people who are on stem cell activation patches, they're like, oh, weight loss, appetite craving suppressor. It does that if you have issues with appetite and craving. I don't have that, so I don't notice a change with appetite and cravings because I don't have that issue. So your body's going, this is already check mark. We don't need to waste energy on that. Digestive function, it will increase your digestive function. Microbiome, it's going to start to bring that into balance. Increase your organ function. Big one for a lot of people, especially anybody north of 45, is balancing your hormones and your hypothalamus. Very, very important. And this is the coup de grace. Anyone with any neurological disorder that you might have, if you have any kind of neuralgia, neuropathy, PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, very important patch because this one regulates your autonomic nervous system. So very, very powerful patch. I wear this every day because I had a traumatic brain injury. So
Right.
I use this one every day.
You're using that during the day or at night?
I always wear it during the day. I
So
have
how many patches are you wearing during
That's
the
what
day?
I was just going to ask her. How many patches are you wearing anyway?
so during the day, so I have the Fantastic Five minus carnosine right now in my brainstem, the governing vessel 14. I have SP6 at the bottom. And then I sometimes wear SP6 right under the belly button. So I just kind of pay attention to my body if I should be putting it on my neck bump or if I should be putting it under my conception vessel 6 right below the belly button. So then I also wear energy enhancer. So that's 5, 6.
Wait, how'd you get 5? Because you're not wearing the carnosine. So
No,
what?
not carnosine, but I put SP6, which would be the 5th then. So then that's
Okay.
SP6 there. So that's 5th. So 6.
6, but it's 2. So
Yeah,
it's,
6. Yeah, I count energy as one, energy enhancer as
yeah.
one, even though it's on each side, but it's really
Yeah.
one patch system. Yeah, so 5,
Okay. So
6.
you're wearing the SP6 on your back.
Yeah, I'm wearing that one on my back. I put that on my brainstem. Yeah.
That'd be really helpful for my PTSD, I'm thinking, because I've been through a lot of PTSD from this
Yeah.
war.
So you can see how SP6 works in concert with the Eon, with the Fantastic Five, because if you have PTSD, if you have anxiety, you have any of those. Oh, sorry, my tongue drums thing. Don't want commercials. Sorry about that.
Is that a Christmas tree behind you? I have to ask.
I had the sound, but oh, you're asking about the tree?
Yeah.
Yes, because every day I've had that up since 2021 because every day is like Christmas.
Ah,
I get to be Santa Claus sharing and educating
oh,
people
that's so
about
great.
the life-saving technology, and I get to be also the little kid under the Christmas tree because every
Yeah.
time I get feedback from people about what it's done for them, how they've improved in this area or the other, for me that's like the best Christmas present anyone can have. So I celebrate Christmas every day.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is my Christmas tree and it is up. Yeah, so SB6, yeah, it's going to help you with PTSD, anxiety, along with Eon, because Eon is bringing your C-reactive proteins and your cortisol levels down. So it gives you that calming. You're going to be very happy, but you're going to be calm. So no nervousness, no angst. It's a really nice feeling. Some people have told me they're like, this is the way I used to feel when I was 10, 11 years old. It's just like you just feel like really good to be alive. And it's like, I haven't felt this since I was
Wow.
high. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty cool. And when you start to experience it, you're like, wow, this really is awesome. That's the SP6. We're going to move on to Nirvana. Simple little patch, doesn't do.
Nirvana, they don't have anymore, right?
They don't have the system. So the Nirvana Mood Enhancer system, I actually have 6 of these left because I bought when I heard that they were discontinuing it and they were taking it off for a while. They're reformulating it right now. I ended up because I knew that people in my organization were on the Nirvana Mood Enhancer system or the Nirvana patch. And so I have 6 left because I bought 6 systems. All 6 of them are gone like not even. I just made a little announcement in my group on Telegram, and then like not even 30 minutes later, I'm like, I'll take 1, I'll take 2. I'm like, wow, they're all gone. So then now I just have the individual patches left. So if anyone wants an individual patch, then I would have to mail it directly to you. And you
But
could,
they're redoing them, right? They're going to put them out again.
yeah. So I think we don't know exactly when, but I know that they're making some adjustments to some of the formula. So they're making it better. So well, I don't know how long that's going to take. I mean, there's no way of knowing. We won't know until they announce that we just know that they are going to reformulate it and it's
Yeah.
coming back. There's certain countries that do have access to it. The US is not one of them.
What about France?
I don't know if France has it available, but it's easy. You can go to AnnMarie's website and you go to the top of the screen and you just select the country of France, then go to the store, and if it's in the store there for France, I mean, we could do it right now if you want. Let's.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to France. So I was like, maybe I can get some when I'm there.
You might be able to get it in France and then have it shipped to to wherever you're staying there. Yeah, absolutely. So it's possible. I don't know if it's available there, but
I'm excited about that one.
yeah. So the Nirvana, this one is a simple patch. It's so funny. I just had somebody recently, there was somebody around them that was kind of, getting kind of depressed, and they're like, we got a Nirvana patch that person. And I was like, oh my gosh, you actually know the patch as well. If you know that, if you're saying that you should Nirvana patch or, but this one basically, if you're either bipolar or you suffer from depression or you've had severe depression or chronic depression throughout your lifetime, this patch just lifts your depression, and it does it by increasing and sustaining your beta endorphins. So the difference between the patch and the system is that the system comes with oral supplements that you can take, like two capsules. You could either take them both in the morning, both at night, or one in the morning, one at night. And the capsules extend the length of the effectiveness of the patch over a 24-hour period, which is why it's so helpful and so useful. But the system is not available right now, and they sold as soon as they said that they were taking it off the market. Everyone bought everything up, and so I think it was like a week, and it was like gone. So that's Nirvana. But we do, like I said, I do have 6 of those sleeves. That's all I have left now, just the sleeves. And a sleeve is a 1-month supply of 30 patches.
Okay.
Silent Nights, another simple patch, very powerful. All this does is if you have insomnia, you have issues with sleep, Silent Nights is going to help regulate your sleep through melatonin production. And so it's going to help you sleep better. Okay, and this one, it says here, it's an antioxidant important for oxidative stress and cancer protection. This patch, a lot of people who have children who have autism, anywhere on whether they're Asperger's or anywhere on the spectrum disorder spectrum, kids really like this, along with X39 and 49. So, and we've seen kids who have autism who actually, after several weeks, they're reminding their mother to put the patches on them, which is very unusual for kids with autism because they usually don't remember to do anything. It's really amazing to see the improvement with kids who've had that challenge.
Which one would you recommend for kids who are not autistic but just need to go to bed, to help them get drowsy? Would you do the Alavita or would you do the Silent Nights?
I would probably do Alavita on a kid because the number one thing that kids, not just kids, human beings, it's the day and age that we're living in, is that they have a lot of blue light toxicity, which affects your melatonin because they're still looking at their screens. They're in bed in their room, and they're still looking at their screens on their cell phones, and they're getting blue light toxicity, and it's messing up the circadian rhythms because your eye is like a time clock that is setting what is supposed to release in your body. It's setting those different schedules. So as soon as you look at your clock and it's past 11 o'clock at night, it's throwing off your melatonin. So adults, human beings, as a rule of thumb, we should never be looking at a cell phone, iPad, Kindle after 11 o'clock at night. From 11 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning, we should not.
No, I always fall asleep before that. But I'm just curious because
So Alavita would be, like I said, for
Alavita. Okay, so that's good.
for sure. Yeah, I would
And
definitely.
when would you put that on them in the evening, like after dinner?
Yeah, I would after they have dinner, just put it on there. Even if they're not going to bed right away, they might not be going to bed for like a couple hours, 3 hours, doesn't matter. I would go ahead and put that on their forehead.
Start to get
Yeah, and just tell them, hey, and then once it's 11 o'clock at night, say, hey, I really would like let's do this experiment. Doesn't have to be forever. And it's part of sleep hygiene, which again is not much talked about, but that is something that is very effective. the sleep hygiene of staying away from the blue screens at night.
Yeah, the best. Well, you can get the glasses too. They can get the blue light glasses. I'm gonna get that for my kids. But
Yeah, the blue
the
blocker.
best night I ever slept was in a camp on a glamping, camping thing where we only had candlelight and campfire.
Yes,
Oh my gosh,
infrared light.
see how well I slept.
So, and the other thing that you can do for your kids, which like I have, as I'm speaking here to you, you might see that I'm a little on the redder side. That's because my light fixture has 6 light bulbs. I don't use LED lights because that's blue light toxic to you. So I have 3 clear incandescent bulbs and then 3 red light bulbs. So there are 3 infrared lights. So I'm getting that infrared light, which is like the sun. The sun is 43% infrared light. So I'm getting the similar benefit as if I were out in the sun. It's good for my eyes, it's good for my skin, it's good for my whole neurobiophysiology. So
That's really interesting. If you had only 3 light bulbs in your fixture, would you do 2 clear and 1 red?
I would do 2 red and 1 clear.
Really? Okay.
I would do 2, yeah. That's what
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this part too, because this is obviously not in our slideshow. I won't be able to see it later.
Yeah. So, and then the thing is, in your kids' rooms, I would switch out their light bulbs from incandescent bulbs. I would just put red, infrared. I could send on Amazon because here in California, you can't buy incandescent bulbs at the store. You have to order it through Amazon. So I just buy the red and incandescent bulbs from Amazon, and
Awesome.
if I would put red light bulbs in your kids' rooms, red. Infrared light bulbs are like the #1 choice, and if you need an offsetting color to that infrared, then violet would be the other color to put.
Oh goodness, she would love that.
And it actually looks pretty. It looks beautiful. It's very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it's amazing how kids feel so much better. And that they're
Yeah,
like,
I'm doing this whole blue light fight too, AnnMarie. So, AnnMarie, because I have teenager also, and yeah, we're doing the whole dang same thing. So, I'm really excited about this for her.
yeah, I'm gonna take a quick picture so I can show you because I can't move the computer to show this to you, but I'm gonna show you what this. Normally
Oh,
at this
thank
time
you
of
so
day,
much.
normally at this time of day, I have the clear ones on. I just haven't gotten on my chair because I have to literally screw them on. But it's showing you.
Wow.
Wow.
Hold on. It's going back and forth, back and forth.
We got to quit talking when you talk. We got to let you.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Finish your thing because we've been on for a while.
Okay, so there you see the fixture.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, so we talked about silent nights. That's the last of the patches. So now it's a matter of tailoring things to you, Kim.
Well, initially my thought was 100% doing collagen skin. I'm really trying to hold on to youth as much as possible. Obviously, we all are, I think. But the eyesight was also, you see these suckers?
Okay.
That I have, and see, if I really wanted to see you, this is what I would need to do. This is the first time I've seen your face up close because I can't do it through my glasses. So I have to get back, and then I lose you again. But I have severe nearsightedness, astigmatism. I have a prism, and I have bifocals, and so they're strong power. I have floaters. I had what was called not a retinal detachment, but it's when it's an acronym.
It'll pop into your
You're super nearsighted, and as your the back of your eye stretches at a certain point, when you become anywhere from 40 to 50 is common, it will pop PDs, PVD. Hold on, it's right there. See, I need the memory thing. I need the memory patch.
It'll pop.
Anyway, so I've had it do it in both eyes, and as they broke loose, they created floaters. I had to go get laser surgery, like 900 zaps in the back of each eye, so that my retina didn't detach. And with that whole process, I have heavy floaters. Heavy floaters. Like I've thought about getting the where they take all the fluid out of your eye.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I've thought about it because it's like my eyesight drives me crazy. When I'm tired, it's worse. At night, it's worse. So anything that I could do to improve the vision, my glasses, I have 20/20 vision as far as distance goes with my glasses, but I'll still, with tired eyes, get the prism effect. And I can't quite fix the bifocal portion.
So
It just isn't perfect.
So something like that. Now you know that your retinal nerve that's in the back of the eye is the only portion of the brain that's not inside the brain. It's actually outside of the brain because it's in the back.
Optic nerve, right? Yeah.
The optic nerve. So it's good. That's going to take some time, for it to, because it's a very complicated nerve and so forth. But in time, like I said, you heard, I think AnnMarie mentioned that there was somebody who wore 2 carnosines on their foreheads at
Well,
night.
he also said he replicated that with multiple people.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few people who've done that.
And I looked up carnosine. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I looked up carnosine. And if you look up the studies for carnosine in eyes, there's a lot of studies out there, and they're actually doing drops of L-carnosine. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So
how are your eyes, AnnMarie?
I just have these are like a 2 readers.
Bah, that's not even fair.
I can't see up close. I just can't see up close. So, but I know that I watched a video with Dr. Joe Mercola, and he said he did muscle exercises, and I've watched many videos like this where glasses are bad for you because you don't have to focus, and then it makes your eyes weaker. Your eye is a muscle, so that makes sense why carnosine is a muscle. It's going to strengthen your muscles while you're sleeping. So I'm excited. I just started it last night.
Yeah. So
and I'll tell you, technology has made my prism effect so bad because I'm always looking at a screen and I'm looking up close. And so I have to focus closer in, and I cross to focus closer in. So then when I have to look a distance, it's awful. So yeah, I just need to get, I don't know that I could ever ditch the glasses. My eyesight is so severe, but if I could ditch 1 or 2 things, I would be happy.
And so the thing is, so carnosine is very important for eyesight, also glutathione. Dr. John Harmon actually did a video. It's in my long, I have a short playlist of like 15 to 17 videos that are 30 seconds to 30 minutes long. And then we have the long playlist, which is like 147 videos. Those videos are anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours long. Dr. John did a video where he just talked about how critically important glutathione is for the eye. He is a brain specialist as well. So okay. I can make that available to you definitely, because you're going to understand what it is that glutathione is doing as far as your eye health. So all those things are going to get repaired, and they're going to get over time. We don't know how quickly. We'll just have to see how your body responds based on what your particular circumstances are.
Okay. We talked about like the implants and things, other types of implants for other people. Like I'm kind of looking at, I think that we can do this and be a rep, right?
Yeah. So because you're getting started on a Dr. Wholesale pack, through AnnMarie, you have exclusive rights of distribution in 81 countries. So so you will be paid up. Anyone that you introduce this to, you'll get a product introduction bonus. We're not going to talk today much about.
No, but I meant like for answering questions and things like that. If people have like breast implants, if stuff like that, how does that affect that?
So so we have Kathy McCarthy. If you look at the 5 of 12 bullet points at the bottom, there's a video of Kathy McCarthy. Everyone notices first that, oh my gosh, she went from having a very wrinkled, throat and chest, and it's like in 7 months she went from that to like completely smooth. Her bigger story, like when you watch the video, you realize, oh my gosh, that's what everybody can see. What people can't see was that she suffered with 33 years of autoimmune disorder from 3 botched breast implants that gave her
my sister is who I'm thinking of. She has Hashimoto's from
So
Breast implants.
Kathy suffered a lot until she got on the patches, and now all
Okay.
of that has been basically she no longer has the autoimmune disorder, and she looks 20 years young. She's 64 now because she was 63
It's amazing.
when I interviewed her in October. But she looks like she's 35, 40 years old. And if you saw her, I told her she didn't want to have her picture taken. She's gorgeous, but she had an issue about having her picture taken. And I said, you got to not only provide the picture, but you got to come on a Zoom just like this. Because on a Zoom, we can't Photoshop, we can't do anything. People will see that she really doesn't have a turkey throat. They'll see that she doesn't have all the ridges on her, all the wrinkles and all the sun damage. It's all gone.
Hmm.
And she's a professional skydiver, so she's in the sun every single day.
Wow.
And so she came
Yeah,
out.
I have, like, I was a lifeguard and I have very fair skin. So I have some, early yucky.
That's all gonna go. It's gonna all those whatever freckles, spots. It's all gonna go away. Even scars. It's gonna go away because you've got this rapid repair that's going on.
So I have a scar here from a little gland that they took out years ago. That'll go away.
All of that'll go away.
That's amazing.
It is pretty amazing. So, yeah.
Okay, so I love this. I'm like, seriously, like, how much can I do? I've got to, I teach school. I work a second job. I'm like AnnMarie, I just recently got divorced. So I'm, the budget's limited, but I'm also like really, truly super interested in doing this, jumping on board, sharing it with other people, but I want to start myself as soon as possible. So the bare minimum at least, and then keep going as quickly as I can. Yeah.
So you can just start with the Fantastic Five, and then after you can upgrade at any time. There's no like deadline or cutoff point. It's like, the company is very gracious in that. So let me share with you our doctor wholesale. I'm going to send you, here we go. Okay, so this is the doctor wholesale form. You can see that the gold pack is the Fantastic Five. You get the 5 sleeves. Anytime, like if you go to AnnMarie's website, you'll see that the retail price of just X39 and X49, just these two are $149 a piece. However, and then whenever you order, then you're obligated to get either an agreement or a contract. For 6 months, you have to do the auto ship. On the doctor wholesale side, you don't have to do that. There's no requirement. So you're not locked into an agreement or a contract. We do recommend that you be on the patches for the next 12 months because you need to signal your stem cells every day for the next 12 months to get these benefits.
Right. And I would want to anyway.
Mm-hmm. Now, because you're on a doctor wholesale pack, they always give you free bonus product, which I absolutely love because now people get extra patches that they can try. If they want to add that to their subscription, they can. They don't have to, but at least you get to try them up front when you get started. So the gold pack, you're going to get the Fantastic Five, and then you'll have 3. You have the option of either 3 bonus patches. So for example, you could do Energy Enhancer, SP6, and if you have pain, I would do then Ice Wave. If you don't have pain, then you could do either Nirvana or you could do Alavita.
Okay, so real quick, if I were to do that, Alavita, if I were to do that, you're saying I would get, if I did the gold, I would get the Fantastic Five.
Yep.
Plus 3 things.
Plus you would get 3 additional patches. So on top of the Fantastic Five that we already talked about,
I could do the carnosine.
Yeah, so you could do, let's say, SP6. You could do Energy Enhancer, and you could do Alavita, or you could do SP6 Energy Enhancer and an extra sleeve of carnosine, so you can wear 2 carnosine, so that you can get your eyes that protocol for the eyes
faster, right?
Yeah. So you could.
Okay, so the Fantastic Five is not the carnosine. It's not the glutathione, or is it the glutathione?
The Fantastic Five is X39.
Okay.
The mother, the daughter.
Okay, that's right.
The 3 antioxidants, so glutathione, carnosine, and eon. That's the Fantastic Five.
And eon, how do you spell that one? I'm writing it down.
It's like eons, AEO.
Okay.
It's the actual.
So then I'm getting 1 carnosine with the Fantastic Five anyway.
You're going to have
and a glutathione with the Fantastic Five.
Yep.
And so The aloe vera would be one that I would add for me and possibly my teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could add an extra carnosine for my eyes. So that would be 3. If I did 2 aloe vera and 1 extra carnosine,
You could do
would
that.
that cover the eyes and the skin pretty well?
Yeah, it basically would. So then you would get in your Fantastic Five, you would have 2 carnosines and then the 2 aloe veras. So that would, yeah, you would have 8.
And that's a month.
Yeah. Or the other thing you could do is you could do the aloe vera trio. So you would get the Fantastic Five. The aloe vera trio would give you 2 sleeves, and then you would get the nightly nectar and the daily cream and the nightly nectar.
Or you can buy those individually or not.
Or you could buy that individually. So, or you also with your order, you could for $149 more, you could get the aloe vera trio.
Okay. All right. So that would be worth probably doing it because I don't think I could do the bump up to the platinum pack. I don't think so. For 149 more.
Well, 149 more would just be the aloe vera trio. If you're willing, some people ask, it's like, well, is there any way to bring the cost per sleeve down? Because instead of the Fantastic Five, instead of, just these 2 being $300 at $149 each, now with the Fantastic Five, they drop down to just $100 each. However, if you're willing to buy 3 months in advance, then they bonus you 2 months of the Fantastic Five. So you get 10 of these as a free bonus, which is a huge savings for the $15.99. So you see, this is $4.99, 3 times.
Yeah, I can't. I actually couldn't do that even if I wanted to. I'm taking college classes right now too. I wish I could do that.
So don't worry about it because you could upgrade at any
You
time.
can upgrade later. You don't have to do it right away. Like, didn't Jody do that? She
Yeah.
signed up
Yeah, as a
was
gold.
gold.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm looking at signing up as a gold for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could do any more unless I got some people underneath me. So
Well,
then, okay,
that's Kim. That's what Jody did. My upline. She signed up as a gold, and then I guess 2 or 3 weeks later,
She
she upgraded, paid the difference, and got up to the diamond level and got more at that lower price. So you can do that.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
nice thing. You can upgrade at any time, and then instead of you upgrading and paying the full $15.99, since you already paid $500, you just pay $1,100. And then at
Okay.
that time, instead of getting, because it's an upgrade, instead of 2 months bonus, you get a 1 month bonus. So you still get 4 months of the Fantastic Five, which is like a great deal.
Yeah. But I mean, I understand it's huge. It's a huge thing.
And just so you know, so this is basically it. Like, all you have to do is get people on with Lillian, and she's going to explain it because I don't understand all this stuff. Really, I'm brand new.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful because she's so good. You can see how she is. She's great.
Right.
So
Right.
what I
She's
do
got
is
it all. She's got it all together there.
all you got to do is what I did. Just show them the before and afters, give them the website. If they're interested, then they can get on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do the Zooms. I have a standing 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Zooms that's
Pacific
available.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pacific time.
Where are you, Kim?
I'm in Nebraska. I'm above you.
Okay.
Central. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you always have those times available, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. They're usually group Zooms. Sometimes no one shows up. Sometimes just one person shows up. Doesn't matter. And
Okay.
then after that, it's by appointment like we did with you. And so it's
Okay.
Monday through Friday, also Saturday afternoon, unless I happen to be out of town. Then, of course, that would be the only exception. But it's always available.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So what I want to do, you said you're going to upload this to YouTube, and then you've got like PDFs or something that has this information too. I'm really trying to. I think the Fantastic Five is what I want to do, and I think I want the 2 of the aloe vera and 1 extra carnosine. But I feel like in that presentation there was something I'm missing that I wanted to consider. So
Let me show you real quickly. So I'll share the bullet points again so that you can review it real quickly.
Something that ignited something for you.
Yeah.
Might have been the energy.
yeah, well, I'm thinking about my kiddo, but my kiddo can do the second thing. Okay, I'm just gonna take these off. So we get that one, we get the mother, we get the daughter,
then
we get the glutathione, we get the carnosine,
then there's
and we get this one. I don't need the energy. I'm really pretty good. I don't need Ice Wave. Alavita is the one we talked about. I wanted to get that Alavita trio though, so I could get, because I already put facial cream and everything on. I might as well do this. This makes more sense, and then
Yeah.
not buy the other stuff. So, okay, then keep going. The SP6. So like I know that I have to have had some concussion types of things. Because I passed out and whacked my head solid on concrete.
Oh, so you definitely have had a TBI. Whoa.
Yeah, because I was standing when I passed out, and I fell sideways, hit my head on the concrete, bounced my head off the concrete. Of course, I never went in because I was way too embarrassed to go in. I said I was fine, everything was fine. All is good, but
What's
but
that?
that would be a question to do the SP6. And then I only have one kidney, although it functions really well. Would we want to, you can't boost it too much.
No, because it's your if anything, it's rejuvenating the kidney that you have left to how it was when it was formed in your mother's womb. So you're going to get the most optimized version
Yeah.
of your kidney.
Well, I donated one. So I have one left that took over for the one that I got rid of. But it's functions a little at a higher rate. And of course, I think it'd be really great to really supplement that,
Of course,
just because I only have one. So that's a question there. Okay, go ahead, and I wrote that down. Go ahead and keep going through here real fast.
we have the Nirvana.
Nirvana sounds good, but I'll wait till that pops
Yeah.
back up again.
Yeah. And then Silent Nights.
Okay, so you said the Alavita for kids over the Silent Night for normal non-spectrum children, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, then I think, is that it? Is that the last one?
Yep, that's the last one.
Okay, all right. And so when I sign up for it, it's going to be an auto ship type of a thing once I do it, right? So if I get paid on the 20th, that's the day I want to do it, correct? Because that's the day it's going to come through every month.
So yeah, so since you get paid on the 20th, then you can set your auto. I mean, right now it's we're July 3rd. So for next month, for August,
No, I would do July 20th probably if it's going to be auto.
Okay, so then July 20th, yeah. So the 20th of every month, it'll
Right.
just ship out to you.
That's probably what I would do. Mostly because I can't mess around with my budget too much for a $500 thing right now. I'd need to wait.
Yeah, this is the other thing. It's $4.99 the first month, but then the second month it drops to $3.29.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, awesome. Okay, let me write that down. First month is $4.99. I suppose that's for like a website and everything.
So they don't charge for the website or anything. It's just the first month, because after the first month and you get your bonus product, then you get your bundle pricing. So then X39 and X49 come as a bundle pack. So retail is $149 a piece, bundled $279 retail, but wholesale it's $179 for this. So that's why it reduces. And then these three drop down to $49 a piece. It's $149 for the three of these.
Okay. And then tell me real quick, what happens when you get more people under you? Does that change? You just get paid for them, or does that change your bulk pricing at all?
Your pricing stays the same. The pricing changes really when you're a diamond, when you get a diamond pack. But what changes is that the people that you're getting started, you get a product introduction bonus depending on whether they start at gold or if they're, let's say, diamond, for example. Once you're a diamond, then your compensation goes up for anyone who enrolls as a platinum. Very few people do platinum because the best packages are gold, the Fantastic Five, or the diamond pack. So for example, if you have, let's say AnnMarie has a diamond pack and she enrolls you as a diamond, she'll get $500 as a product introduction bonus. But if let's say AnnMarie doesn't have a diamond pack and she's still at gold, then instead of getting $500, she'll only get $200. So that's a big difference. That's $300 that you could be getting.
Okay. When you go to diamond and the first month is that 11, whatever it was, I can't even remember now. Go skip over to that page.
Okay. So if
you would, please.
Sure. So the diamond pack is right here. You see it? So
Not yet. Okay. Now, so if I would go to diamond and I pay the $15.99 or the additional to get there, $11.99, you said, what's the monthly price after that?
So then after because you're getting 5 months in advance for the diamond pack, so then 6th through the 12th month would be $329.
That's so cheap.
So the same as, so it's just a one-time chunk of that, really.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I
There's
probably
no
would want to
pressure,
do it
right?
eventually.
There's no time for her to do that. She can do it whenever, right?
Yeah, you can do it. You can. I've had people who enrolled as a gold, and then 2 days later they're like, you know what? I want to just upgrade to a diamond. You can do that.
And you
Yeah.
might
Or
have people
3
who-
months later.
It could be two,
Yeah.
3 months. Could be 5 months later. Whatever.
And
Whatever.
you might have people that are like I just told actually I didn't even tell her. My friend Tammy, who goes to church with me, she was just like, called me the very next day. Like, are you doing these patches? I want to know about these patches. And then she just went ballistic and she's just signed up as a diamond. So because I had signed up as a diamond,
Then she got 500.
I got 500. But if she would have told me. So like, that's what's great about this company. You don't have to sign up as a diamond to start. I could have started as a gold if I didn't have the money. And then if Tammy told me, hey, I'm going to sign up as a diamond, I'm like, okay, let me figure out, I could sell something. I'll become, I would have done
I
it.
agree with that. Yeah, you'd want to come up with it fast so that you could bump up there. So then,
I've had people who enrolled 3 diamonds, and then they're like, oh, that covers the cost of my diamond. So then they upgraded to diamond, and then they still had money left over.
So nice that they do that, and there's no pressure. It's just so nice.
Yeah, and then we have.
yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. If I actually introduce enough people, then it would pay for me to move up.
So
Well, all you got to
it
do
spreads out.
is get them on with Lillian because she's awesome. I mean, she really
Yeah.
is.
Thank you.
And she shows up. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I wanted to tell you, 'cause
Twice, not once, but twice.
she's no, look at how she is. Like this is
Yeah.
not gonna be hard. I've done a lot of network marketing over the years. I've never had somebody so professional and articulate. And I'm sorry, I don't want to like make you feel like I'm trying to blow smoke or whatever. I'm not. I'm just saying it's so refreshing.
It's just
Yeah.
all we're doing is, I'm educating people on this life-saving technology. That's all it is. And there's something about this this technology that it attracts the people that are ready, willing, and able right now to invest in themselves to do this, which nothing out there can do this. And so
Right.
they're willing to. They're like, okay. And we all know people who have been injured, who've been in accidents, who have chronic
Oh
inflammation. I mean, there's no shortage of that. So
my gosh, especially right now.
especially right now.
People who are waking up to this.
And you think
Yeah.
about the gold pack, it's like for the price of 2 Starbucks coffees a day, for $11 a day, you can get stem cell activation patches. It's like incredible. It's like,
Well, I have actually looked, I think I told you that. I've looked into doing some of the stem cell stuff myself, and it's outrageously expensive. And then it's semi-invasive. They poke you and then they pull stuff out and then they spin it and they poke it back in. So,
it is
it's not horrible, but this is so easy.
I talked to somebody last week where they were paying, because they had some serious cardiac conditions going on with their body, $29,000 a month in prescription meds. I said, excuse me, do you mean 2,900, 2,900?
No.
29,000. I'm like, how could that be? They're like, that's what it costs.
Wow.
So for them, I mean, they can't stop that cold turkey, but they at least can start this, and over the next several months, over the next year, they can start to back off on that. I've had people who are paying $2,000 to $3,000 a month for meds that they're on for MS, and they're no longer on them. They were able to back off of them because now they're out of a wheelchair. They're walking where they've been in a wheelchair since 2014. It's incredible.
Jeez.
Like,
Well, I have a question for you. So I will do this on the 20th. I know that I will. And what I then want to know is, I have Twitter. AnnMarie's better than me at this kind of stuff, but I do have I haven't gotten kicked off of Facebook yet. So I have a chunk of followers that would really be into this naturalistic, holistic type of stuff. Would you, when it comes time, then pop me some things to put on to kind of spark interest, that kind of thing?
Did I meet you on Facebook? I can't remember.
You did, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because I haven't been on Facebook in a while. That's why I didn't remember.
I know you haven't. You popped in not too long ago and said you were mostly on Twitter and I hadn't seen
I
you.
got to go on there and say I got banned on Twitter. So,
Oh no. Ah!
And we can do some Facebook lives if you want to say, hey, I want to introduce you to my friend. She's part of a group of doctors and holistic care practitioners that I'm now, actively engaged with, and we're using stem cell activation patches. And you can ask me whatever questions that you want to share with them. And then anyone who's interested, it's like, hey, if you like what you hear, get back in contact with Kim Johnson. She'll show you what you need to do to get started, and then we'll help you fill out the paperwork, which is nothing, the paperwork, as you're already aware, AnnMarie, and then input it into your back office. End of story. We could do that. We could do that once a day if you want. I mean, I usually go on Facebook almost once a day, sometimes
nice.
five, six times a week I'm on there. But and people, after they watch you over and over and over again, and you're always sharing some different aspect, there's always something that's going on in your life or feedback that you get from either someone that you started on the patches, or you hear about this other person like AnnMarie mentioned, that he wore 2 carnosines and he had terrible eyesight, and now he got rid of his glasses a few months later. This is like fun, exciting stuff to share with people. It's like, oh my gosh, wait till I share what I just learned about now.
And the best part about this, Kim, is that this company's been around for 18 years?
It'll be 20 years next year.
But they didn't come out with the 39 and 49 until just recently. And I think that's why they're just like exploding right now. So we're coming right into this momentum phase.
Yeah.
Well, and people are of the right frame of mind now to explore things they might not have explored before. They don't want to listen to the pharmaceutical company anymore. They want to be holistic and natural, organic, all that.
And in addition to that, I think God didn't give him, what's his name, David, the vision of the 39 and 49 until just recently, because the timing is just perfect.
Yes. Yeah. X49, it was just a year ago, April, that X49, the number 49 means that there were 49 iterations of that patch before they finally landed on that, to get it to be where it is right now. And that was like, once they had the complement of the mother stem cell activation patch, the daughter, it was like, yeah. So it's pretty incredible. That was April, not last April, but the April before.
So since you've been on it, other than the brain stuff, what have you noticed, like skin, energy, hair? You said you talked about your hair.
Yeah, so definitely softer, silker. Like my hair used to be more dry and brittle, and
how about grays?
Yeah, so that's definitely, it's like now soft and silky, which is so nice. So that for sure. My people have told me that my skin is like more glowing. I've also had, I noticed that my eyes used to get tired. My eyes don't get tired anymore. So that's a big change, not having tired eyes. The other thing, definitely deeper sounder sleep, remembering my dreams, like when I wake up. Also, 90 days after I was doing Alavita on the forehead and carnosine on my right temple, I noticed that I started dreaming with people that I know in 3D. And the things that I was dreaming was things that's going on, but I didn't know it was going on. Like I've always known that if I dream with somebody, that I'm supposed to call them up because there's some relevance there.
Really?
So I started,
Yeah, you're supposed to. If you dream about somebody, you're supposed to call them and say, "Hey, I had a dream about you last night."
Yeah, so what's kind of going on? So it was uncanny how exact. I was able to confirm how exact whatever it was that I dreamt about was exactly what's going on in their life right now. Like, it was like uncanny. So that was another thing. What's another thing?
Did you hear me ask about gray hair? Do you have gray hair?
I had, yeah. I still have some gray hair, but not much less. Dry. I don't have dry skin anymore. I had very dry skin.
Okay.
No dry skin anymore. I mean, I could show you a list. This is, I think you're gonna, I don't want to say you're gonna freak out, but it is kind of like my laundry list of everything that was wrong.
That's how old you are? Tell people?
Well, let me tell you how old I am. Give me a second.
It does. That's
Oh,
weird.
here. Yeah. Okay. So this is the. Where's my?
Because you look really young.
Yeah,
I.
you do.
I mean, your skin's beautiful.
Thank you. I have three kids. My oldest is 30.
Ah,
So I'm actually.
So you can do the math right there. She's not.
I'm 58. So
Wow.
okay. This is everything. All the problems I had before from my traumatic brain injury, because this is when I had it was June 17th, 2017, when I had that accident. I had zero short term memory. I have all my short term memory back better than before. I had impaired vision, blurry, vacillating vision, because my eyes were not, it's not like I had lost vision. It was vacillating, where sometimes things would be really clear, then it would be very blurry, double vision, blurry vision. I had two pairs of glasses, neither of them. Spent over
ugh.
$1,000 for two different prescription glasses, and neither, they were like,
But you're not wearing glasses now?
no, I don't wear glasses. Every once in a while, I might wear in the evening, but I don't wear them. I don't have to wear them every day at all. Sensitivity. Oh, I was so sensitive to light. That was very annoying. I couldn't focus or concentrate. That was horrible. Felt stuck. Like my brain would literally get stuck where I'm like, I couldn't get the word out, couldn't think of the word. Miserable. Horrible tinnitus. It was loud during the day, but it was really loud at night, which also made me have insomnia.
And how is that now?
I don't have any tinnitus anymore. And I don't have
Okay.
any insomnia anymore. I go to sleep.
And was the tinnitus constant for you? Like a noise all the time, or did it just come and go?
I didn't have tinnitus before I had before the accident. Once I had the accident, it was loud during the, like, I would go to my doctor's appointments and I'm like, your light, at first I didn't know it was tinnitus. So I'm like, your, you know, the fluorescent lights. I would tell the
Uh-huh.
doctor, your fluorescent lights are so loud. You need to get your electrician. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, those are so loud, so loud. And he said, he told me, he goes, those lights aren't making any sound. You have tinnitus. I'm like, you kidding me?
Uh,
No. So it was loud during the day, but at night it was super loud. So I couldn't sleep because of that and the pain. I also had vertigo. I would lose my balance. Very disconcerting because I'm like, I'm not that old to be losing my balance. I would see random shooting stars all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are my blood, because I know that that's a symptom of blood platelets. But for me, it was part of the symptomology of my traumatic brain injury. I had a C5, C6 neck injury and also L5. I
I
had,
have some of those too.
yeah, that's terribly painful. Severe neck pain, back pain, acute insomnia. It would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning. I still could not get to sleep. I would finally fall
Oh,
asleep 11, 12 o'clock, and then I would only sleep for 3 hours if I was lucky. And then it was just, yeah, that was very miserable. The laceration that I had on my right leg, it was right along the bone. So it was from my ankle to my knee. Took a year for that thing to close, for it to like
was
fully.
that from your accident also?
That was because I had, yeah, as soon as I landed on the bike that was on the sidewalk because I went flying over it. So it also kind of damaged a little bit of the bone. The bone has filled in, so I don't have the bumpy surface anymore. So the bone is, it actually, because you know, the patches increase bone density. So that has filled in.
Yeah.
And then it was purple when I started on the patches. It's not purple anymore. It's very faint. You can barely see it. And it's only about 3 inches. It's very faint. You know, if I were to show you on camera, I don't even think it would show up on camera. I had no appetite. I completely lost my appetite because your chemistry is so out of whack. I lost 8 or 9 pounds, which I really couldn't afford to lose. But so loss of appetite. I had weight loss. I had that bald spot. I had more than one bald spot, but I had that big one. One was above my left ear. The other one was above my right ear because my point of impact was this corner here. And then I had a few spots here. Those were filled in when I started on the patches, and mostly above my left ear was also mostly filled in. The one in the back was like nothing. It was just like looking at your heel. It's like it didn't look like I was ever going to grow anything back there. So hair loss. Hair was very dry, brittle, and coarse. Not anymore. My whole biochemistry was way out of sorts. I had three. I started off with one. Like I think at the 8 month mark, I noticed that I had a black spot on my tongue. I'm like, crap. I go, I know if I were to go to the doctor, they're going to say, let's biopsy it. I go, I'm not going to do that. I know that my chemistry's out of whack. I know why it's out of whack. I just need to get this pain level down and I need to, you know, get myself restored. I also had a black spot on my tongue. So anything, not my tongue. I had the one on my tongue and then I had one on my lip. Anytime you have anything around your lip that's suggesting that something's going on with your intestines, I've never had gastrointestinal problems, never had constipation, never really suffered with diarrhea, GERD, acid reflux, all that stuff that a lot of people never, because I've always eaten very healthy, organic, and all that kind of stuff. So when I saw that black spot on my lip, I thought that's not a good sign because if I have a black spot on my lip, that means I probably potentially have black spots along either my small intestine, large intestine, both, colon. Not a good thing, but I'm like, okay, something to keep on. I knew that I needed to bring whatever inflammation down to dissipate that, but that was like another, I'm like, okay, we'll add one more. It's kind of like another stripe on a tiger. Tooth abscess, dulled, had no sense of smell, which at first I didn't realize it, but over time I became aware, probably in my second year, I'm like, wow, I have no sense of smell. Loss of taste buds, which is not surprising because I lost my appetite. Super dry skin. And then I would have, for a while, I had on and off like skin lesions. Luckily, it wasn't on my face, but I would have skin lesions like on my chest and then during the winter time around my lips. Very miserable.
How about cold sores? It'll take care of cold sores too, then I'm going to assume.
Yeah, if you have cold sores, that's a virus, so it'll just knock you out. So it'll just,
Right.
through perspiration, urination, defecation, it'll just get purged out of your body. It'll wipe that out. After, basically, my brain processing speed is much faster, rapid recall. My short-term memory was restored. Thank goodness it was. I put the time that I wrote this, I put that, you know, is back to the point where it was in college, but it actually has exceeded that. So it's a pleasant surprise to even know that that's even a potential. My vision has improved. I don't need to wear my glasses daily. No more shooting stars. No sensitivity to light. My faster memory, focus, brain processing speed. Tinnitus gone, vertigo gone, neck and back pain, knock on wood, that was really miserable, that's gone. Sound sleep, more dreams, and I recall them. I sleep more deeply and soundly. Scar on my leg is 95% gone. The bone filled in. I don't really know when the bone filled in. I was paying more attention to the scar, and then after Christmas, at some point I realized, oh, wait a minute, I forgot that the bone was, you know, from that laceration, the bone's actually smooth. I'm like, oh, I don't know when that happened. I just know that it did. So I couldn't say when exactly the bone filled in, but it did at some point. Appetite back to normal. Weight back to normal. My hair softer, silkier, fuller. There's one thing that I didn't put on there that I have, which is an improvement. That was a wish that I've always wanted, but I'll tell you at the end. It's pretty funny. Bald spot disappearing, about 70% hair growth, and my hair is like 5 to 7 inches long. Softer, silkier, fuller. Biochemistry, thank goodness, balanced. Black spot on my lip disappeared. And at some point, I went from one spot on my tongue to, at one point before I was on the patches, I had 3 spots on my tongue. All 3 of those are gone. When I wrote this, 2 of them were still just like 95% faded, where there was just a hint, but now I don't have anything at all. Tooth, I put access, I meant to say ab, should be. Sorry, I just caught a misspelling here. Tooth abscess, 100% gone. Sense of smell back and better than before. Sense of taste back. Skin smooth. Shooting stars gone. Deeper sound asleep. Yeah. So that's it. So the one thing that I didn't put on here, I mean, you guys are girls, so I'm going to share it with you, is that right before Christmas, like Thanksgiving, I'm usually at my parents' house once or twice a month, and my mom goes, and I kind of travel a lot. I just come back from the European Stem Cell Conference, and my mom goes to me, she goes, when you were in Europe, did you get a boob job? I'm like, no, boob job. She goes, because you're usually not that spongy up here. And I'm like, really? So I was like,
so lift, huh?
yeah. So I was like, I'm like, really? I'm like, for her to say that, I'm like, really? So then I started paying closer attention, without clothes on. I'm like, well, I am kind of a little more rounder and fuller. And it's like, not just my imagination, my mom's noticing. So I have a group where it's just Dr. Stacy, Dr. Mel, Dr. Normala, and April Stewart Vaughn, who's our blood specialist. And so I texted them. I'm like, hey, gals, I go, has anybody in our group mentioned that they have? I go, I know for most women it's not a big deal, but I tend to be on the smaller side. So it's like barely B. So has anybody noticed that they're like maybe?
Wait, you got more? You got a bigger cup?
Yeah. So I'm fuller where I'm like, instead of my being, I fill my bras way better. And I actually have a little bit of cleavage, which I've never had before. So it's like, and so they're laughing. I'm like, hey, you guys are all like, you're like normal women. You actually have bosoms, but I've been, that's the area of my body that was a little gypped. I don't have a very round butt or round boobs, but now I have rounder. And they're
That's
like, no,
funny.
we're like, we haven't heard that, but that's cool to hear. I'm like, I'll say, because I've always wanted that. I'm just not willing to go under the knife to do anything about that. So,
Well, that's awesome. So, yeah, I had imagined that would, I didn't imagine that would get fuller, but I would imagine that it would get perkier.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, they're just fuller. Yeah, they're just
But
fuller.
I'm just looking at you and I'm thinking, what is up with your skin? Now, have you had Botox or anything? Because no.
I
So
don't
like your
I don't,
skin,
I've like,
do you have before pictures from before you started this a
yeah,
year ago?
yeah, you could just look at my YouTube videos, and people have
Okay.
told me it's like we could see. People started telling me at the beginning of this year, like, oh, we can tell your hair is definitely silkier than it was before. People have been watching me for, 6 months, 2 years, whatever. I'm like, you can tell that my hair is actually smoother. They're like, oh, yeah. I'm like,
It looks silky.
it is pretty silky. And it wasn't,
Mhm.
it definitely was not before. So, yeah. So you can see from the,
I'm sorry, Kim. Like, look at her face. Like,
Yeah,
put
yeah,
her on big view. I
she's
mean,
beautiful.
and I don't wear liquid.
there's no way that you look 58 years old. There's just no way.
I am 58, and I haven't worn liquid makeup since my late 20s, because I, for a little brief time in my 20s, I wore liquid makeup, but I don't wear, like, I don't take Tylenol, because I always figured, 20 years from now, which now has come to pass, used to say, oh yeah, they tell you, oh, Tylenol's fine, Tylenol.
It's safe. It's safe. It's safe. Yeah.
20 years from now, they're going to tell you it causes brain tumors. It's this. So, of course, now we know that it's the number one cause of liver failure in this country, and
Yeah.
number one cause of overdoses in infants, which is really sad here and in Europe. But yeah, so I don't wear liquid makeup. I wear lipstick. I wear a little bit of eyeshadow, blush, eyeliner, but I definitely don't put any liquid makeup on.
You don't have makeup on to make your skin look like that.
No, I don't have any liquid makeup on. I just have blush, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and lipstick. But I don't wear liquid. I haven't worn liquid makeup since I was like maybe 27, 28.
Well, your skin looks absolutely flawless. You look amazing.
Thank you. You're very kind.
And to be vain, okay, sorry, I'm gonna put it out there, but that's like, I mean, I'm very blessed because I started on a healing journey in my 20s because I got vaccine injured, and so, which I didn't know that's what it was back then, but
Nobody knew.
nobody knew. But I was like, I am not listening to these doctors. I don't trust this. And I was very intuitive. And so I said, I'm going to figure out how to heal myself. And I did. And I worked with a nutritionist, and, I did within 2 years, like healed myself. And so I haven't had a lot of health problems. Again, I feel like this all was meant to be. I was supposed to have what I had so that I could help people just like you. But I feel like, because of that, I don't have a lot of things going on with me. I do have the scoliosis, so I'm really excited about that to see what my back. You should see the scoliosis picture, Kim. It was unbelievable. I was like, I can't. I was like, I wonder if
But it's good that you have the pictures because you can do an after in a year or so and see the improvement.
somebody to take a picture of my back, because I don't have anybody. I'm alone. I'm living alone. I don't have anybody. So hopefully somebody can take a picture of my back. But I try to take one. It's not very good. But yeah, I mean, to me, just being able to look younger is phenomenal. I mean, you're a beautiful woman, Kim, obviously, like gorgeous.
That's so sweet. No,
You
No, you
are
are.
gorgeous. Yeah,
No,
both
you
of you
are.
are
You have a
beautiful.
striking line about you. I saw you and I was like, right, you're just a beautiful woman. But like, look at skin. My gosh.
This is a girl who had scoliosis, which I've shared with Anna Marie.
Oh my.
But this gal, you can see this is the before and after. I'm going to move this. Let's see.
This is all on her Telegram.
Yeah. So
You have Telegram. Oh, cool. Okay, awesome.
so you could see the curvature of her spine. You could see how the fold of skin because of the pronounced curvature of her spine. Now, look at her next one. See here, the fold, here the fold is gone. Look at how much straighter it is. There's no fold here.
No fold. Uh-uh.
What's the difference of time there?
And this is the part that you're going to be so amazed because it's like a week and a half.
I was just gonna say, I'll bet it'll just keep getting better.
Oh yeah. So this is Gail Henry. In
Week and a half?
a week and a half, and my spine is starting to straighten out. Look at her at 8:50.
And she's on the Fabulous 5.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like,
Is she on the Fantastic Five?
yeah, she's on the Fantastic Five.
Look at that. Look at the face. I can't wait to go look at the Evolve. I'm going to take a screenshot real quick of that. I'll go look you up so you don't even have to send it to me.
I'll just forward it to you from here. It's like I may as well.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm on Telegram, Twitter, Facebook. I put Truth. I've got most all of it.
I think I can.
I recognize that girl right there.
Yeah.
That is just so, like, can you believe that?
That's amazing.
Or that other picture of that woman down on the bottom right with the blonde hair. Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Oh yeah, if we show you some of these other before and after pictures, because this particular group is just the pictures, and then we have like the testimonials
Oh, okay.
that are live every day, and then the replays are all available on there. But so for example, here we can show you a whole bunch of pictures. This is Marcy before and after, but when she started on the patches, I'll show you what she looked like before. Look here, this is this gal with horrible psoriasis.
Oh my gosh.
How much clearer she is. Here's somebody in 2017. Look at that horrible surgery they had. So a year later.
That it's gone.
And so from July to August, look at the difference from July to August.
Yeah.
Almost completely gone.
Incredible.
Look at this person with all the
I just want to say one more thing. Looking at Lillian's skin, she's only been on it for a year.
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 It's just, yep.
But this is why I'm saying I will definitely stick with at least 5 patches, or no, I'm doing 7 patches now, right? But like I'll do all the patches because look at how she looks. And Marcy before and after. Marcy's been on it for a few years.
Marcy looks like a college co-ed. I'm no joke.
Who's Marcy? Is she the one down in the bottom corner?
Marcy, this is what she looked like when she started on the patches. This is during the pandemic. She started on the patches. She had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. Prior to that, she had stage 3 metastatic breast cancer. She beat it twice before. When she started on the patches, they told her, there's nothing else we can do. It's stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. We're just going to make you comfortable. And then she's like, there's got to be something. And that's when somebody told her about the stem cell activation patches. She got on them. Look at her a year later.
She looks easy 20 years younger, easy. Possibly more.
Easy. Yeah. And this is what she looks like now.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And she's energetic, and she's been in remission for 2 years now. Yeah. She's
wow.
I'm saying, imagine what you're gonna look like, Lillian, a year or 2 from now. Like seriously.
Just, yeah. I mean, look at this gal. Day 1. Look at 42 days. And look at 300.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
This is what she looks like now.
And that's just X39?
I don't know if she was just on X39. It's possible. I'd have to ask because I don't know if she was just on X39 or if she was X39 and 49.
Yeah, I want the whole 9 yards. I do. I want all the benefits. I don't want to just do one.
I want all of it.
I was telling you about my friend's dog. that he took her used patches and put it under the dog's collar. Look, clearly has a cataract, and look, cataract gone.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
With the used.
That's what the used patches, yeah.
Exciting. Okay. Well, I am thrilled. Send me the links. On the 20th, I'll sign up and then I'll start promoting. I won't do it before then because there's no reason to, because I want to wait.
Yeah.
And it's good that I got kicked off Twitter right now, even though I'm mad at Elon, but I'm gonna come back. I'll come back and get with you on Facebook, because hopefully they don't throw me off there. I know Elon and Zuckerberg are fighting, but
yeah, obviously.
We've got
That's just more diversion, right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what you can do is you can give AnnMarie can take down your information and then not process it until the 20th when
Okay.
you go, and then it's just
That's perfect.
because I've had some people who have done that where they're like, oh, I just need to deposit these checks and so forth, and so
Oh no, I'll do the card and all that. If she just runs it on the 20th, I don't have it with me, but I can walk down and get it in like 2 seconds flat. So
Okay,
and then
get it done, and then you don't have to worry about it, and it'll run that. Can we set it to go then, or we just get it ready and then we do it on the 20th?
I would just do it on the 20th.
Okay.
The subscription, you can always change the dates at any time, but when you're first submitting someone, you can't submit them and save it. You the website times out. So if you're putting in the credit card information that day, then you have to run it that day. So it's better to that's why it's always a good idea to take the paper copy. You have the information, you set a reminder in your phone, and then you just input it into the back office. And then.
So do I need to go fill out forms? Like, should I go to my work and print off some stuff?
No. So we'll send you a PDF. Once you get started, we'll send you all this. As soon as we run your paperwork in the back office, then you'll have access to all the forms and everything. We could send this to you now. There's no reason to wait.
Well, but you'll need address, all that nonsense right away.
Yeah, so probably. It's just a matter of name, address, phone, date of birth.
Fill that out.
Your email.
Could you fill that out and then email that to me?
Yeah, so I have people, because sometimes people are too busy, they can't get on a Zoom like this, and they'll just binge watch either my YouTube content or whatever I have on Facebook, and they're like, I'm ready, I've been studying this for like months or for a year, and they'll just send you they're like, what do I need to get started? Sometimes they'll send me their credit card, their mailing address. I'm like, here, this is the to get started text, so you can send that to AnnMarie, and she can just reply back to you, and then you can fill out the form. And then it's a matter of just processing it on the 20th.
Okay.
All right. Well,
AnnMarie, you have my email.
I do, and so if you could just email me.
Or the other thing is, or I can give you my phone number, whatever you want to do.
Why don't I just call you after this and we'll organize. I'm going to be in the very fanciest place I'm going in France on the 20th. I will be at the fanciest deluxe. It's a former abbey, which is $500 a night, and I'm only going one night, but it has a Michelin star restaurant, so I will be there processing your information.
That's really cool. Well, what you just want to do is make sure that the time zones, let's see. Because what I wanted to do is my check always drops on the 20th automatically, and so you don't want it to ever land on the 19th via time zone. So just
figure it out.
The 21st is no big deal, but
no, you tell me exactly when to do it, and I'll push it through at the right time in between my foie gras and my dessert.
That's exciting.
Oh, no. This is after, Lillian, just so you know, this is after I've been through hell, and so is Kim. Now I remember who you are.
We've talked
many times.
Absolutely.
We were both going through divorce, and so my husband threw me out at Christmas. He took all my money, every single penny. He left me with over $250,000 in debt. Like, it was unreal what he did to me. And so we bonded on this already. We've talked. But we have PTSD. That's why I need that other patch with the PTSD.
Yeah.
I have to.
Anyway, that's why we've been through what we've been through. But you look amazing for a year. In a year from now or 2 years from now, she's gonna look like 19.
I know, it's going to be so exciting. Guess what? We're going to get on that bandwagon too. We're not too far behind. So
yeah. So very exciting. And I'm excited you're going to France. So you're going to be in France this month on July 20th.
It's insane. All my friends are calling me and saying, are you sure you're going to do this. Oh, like it's so bad there. I'm like,
Oh, he's not
God's got
bad.
my back. God's got my back. It's fine.
You know what? You got to live. You just got to live. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, I'll process it for you. We'll talk. Do I have your number?
I'm going to give it to you right now. Do you have a pen?
And I have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. What is it?
308 340 9995.
Okay. Let's see. I'm sending you a text message. So when we get off this call with Lillian, we'll let her go because she's so sweet to spend so much time with us.
Thank you, Lillian. It was a long talk, so I hope that we didn't detain you too long.
It's okay. I love what I do. I love sharing this with you, and you have awesome energy. And AnnMarie, I love everything about you too. You know I adore you. So let me know how I can help. You know how to reach me if you have any other questions.
So
thank you so much.
Need that form that you have with the.
I'll send it to you in Telegram too.
Yes, send me that, and then I'll send that to Kim, and then I'll get Kim to fill that out, and then we'll figure out exact time for when I do that. Okay.
Okay. I won't expect you for 15-20 minutes. That way you can get stuff organized, and then
I don't want 15 minutes. I don't want 15 minutes because I'm going to go to bed soon.
Okay.
I go to bed by 10 o'clock. I get up at 3 in the morning.
It's 8:39, girl.
And FYI, the forms and the to get started text are always pinned on the Dame Lillian stem cell group, just so that you know. I'm going to forward it to AnnMarie right now so she has it like in a lickety split second, but just FYI. Okay.
Thank you so much. Perfect. Thanks for all your time. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
Right. Bye. Okay. Good night, girls.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.